in the zone on a rainy Thursday evening here in the city of Wichita, Kansas. So glad you could join me wherever you're at and tune into this podcast as I'm going to be going in heavy on state basketball tournament, especially 6A since that's where I'm at. I have better access. Of course, I have access to everything thanks to the internet. So I can give you a little bit of this and give you a little bit of that. But first of all, congratulations to all the winners in their first round games. Also, even in defeat, I want to send a shout out to Wichita East High boys basketball team because y'all were facing some insurmountable odds and you guys went down fighting. So I want to say that keep your head up. You have nothing to hang your head about. You made it to a spot where nobody expected you guys to be at. And the one thing I can say is your opponent today, they knew that they were in a dogfight. They had to earn that victory. So I want to say congrats to East. Even though the record doesn't exemplify, but that's one of those things where you can say records don't mean nothing and you can't look at the team based on its record. I'm pretty sure Junction City would tell you that. I'm pretty sure South High would tell you the very same thing. And looking at their opponent today, they will tell you, you know what? We were in a fight. They had to earn it. So, hats off to the East High Blue Aces. With that being said, I want to take a look at some things that started the Coke Arena with the girls game. And I had to say that each one of them were entertaining. Unfortunately, I was only able to get in on one of the games. And that was the Wichita Heights versus Washburn Rural game. And I'm actually going to start in on that one first because it was really a tale of two games or a tale of two halves, however you want to look at it. Heights even went in at halftime with the lead. But my observation was that there were a lot of points left on the floor from both teams. In looking at the game, Heights missed a lot of close range shots, whereas with Washburn Rural, they were kind of, their free throws weren't falling, so they left points at the free throw line, whereas Heights left points off the missed close range shots. And yes, even though Washburn found a way to win this game and they won it by 7, you imagine if they made more of their free throws, the margin could have been a whole lot bigger. So that was one of the things that caught my attention, in that free throws are very important, but so it's making your close range 2-point shots. And it just so happened that Heights missed a lot of shots. And then it came down to who was going to minimize the mistakes as far as turnovers are concerned. So I want to look at that because a little over a month after Washburn Rural handed Wichita Heights its first loss of the season, the Junior Blues dealt the Falcons their last defeat with a unique twist. The final scores of the two contests were the same. Freshman Maddie Vickery continued to be a Heights nemesis, scoring 24 points after she went for 25 against the Falcons on January 26th in the Capital City Classic semifinals. In her first state appearance, Vickery shook off a sluggish start and settled in with 14 second quarter points. After Rural fell behind 10 less than 4 minutes into the game and 14-5 after one quarter, Vickery said Rural coach Kevin Borderwick helped get her on track. He was just like, "Congrats, you are the turnover leader on the team," a smiling Vickery said. Imagine coming to the bench and your coach tells you, "Congrats, You're the turnover leader on the team. She said that really set a fire in me. And when I came out and went back in, I was like, all right, we've got to go get this. We have to want it more. That really set the tone for me. Vickery scored all but four of Rule's second quarter points as the Junior Blues pulled within 25-23 at halftime. Heights, which got 15 points from Samaya Ellis, conceded the lead early in the third quarter. Falcons stayed within reach until the final minute, but were ultimately doomed by 28% shooting, 14 of 50. They're very athletic and they get after you a lot, Borderick said. I thought we hustled the 50-50 balls a lot more, especially in the second half. I thought we were tougher on the boards in the second half, and I thought we took care of the ball better. For us, that's huge. Rural, which improved to 16-7, led 37-36, with 2:44 remaining. After Vickery hit two free throws to push the lead to three, junior Tinley Bunk slipped behind Heights' full court press for back-to-back baskets that drew the Junior Blues closer to victory. Heights got back within three at 43-40 and had the ball after a battle for a missed free throw caromed out of bounds. But Rural junior Kate Hinks steal and layup with 102 to play stretched the advantage to 5 points, and the Junior Blues went on to secure the victory. So that was the game that, like I said, I was in attendance for. The one that I didn't get to see was the Derby game after that. But there were also some more games that took place on the first day. So we're basically just going to rehash the first day of the 6A state tournament on the girls' side, and we'll take a look at the boys a little bit later. In other games of interest, Shawnee Mission South 50, Manhattan 35. After falling to Blue Valley as the unbeaten top seed in last year's 6A state tournament, Shawnee Mission faced another threat as a number one on Wednesday. The Raiders squashed it this time. Senior Zay Funches scored 14 points, and Shawnee Mission South limited Manhattan to 10 second half points to improve to 22-1. Senior Cameron Smith added 11 points. South made enough of its 20 fourth quarter free throws, 8 to pull away. They felt like they came in as a completely different team, Shawnee Mission South coach Mark Western said of his players, the majority of whom were around for last year's 41-34 overtime loss to Blue Valley that ended the Raiders season at 22-1. But obviously, a kid is a kid. I don't care if they're 17 or 18 or 15. I'll say this. I felt like Zay Funches played as bad of a game as she played for me last year, just being transparent. Today, she had 7 assists, 2 turnovers, 14 points on 8 shots. So she was the best player in the gym. Manhattan, which finished 12-11, made 6 of 12 three-pointers in the first half and had its fans buzzing with 16-2 run before the break that produced a 25-20 lead. Fort Indians sank three-pointers with Maxine Doring and Janie Hilgers, each hitting 2. The Indians still led 31-30 after Delaney Larson scored on a drive with 2:20 left in the third. But Funches countered with a 3-point play, and Shawnee Mission South never trailed again. The focal point at halftime was the turnovers. We had 13 in the first half, Western said. That tightened up. We had to guard the 3-point line. They were 3 of 6 from the 3-point line in the second quarter, and I don't think they made one the rest of the way. We just had to turn them into something they're not. The Raiders shot 50% from the field, 17 of 34 for the game, and limited Manhattan to 4 of 24 shooting after the break. The Indians got 7 points each from Larson and Bailey Bush. Still sticking with the day's first game. Blue Valley North, 58, Olathe South, 50. The reigning 6A champions scored 9 straight points to end the third quarter Olathe South at arm's length the rest of the way to move on to the semifinals. Junior Jayla Davis scored a game-high 17 points and added 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals for Blue Valley North, which improved to 19-4. Senior Tierra Davis scored 12. Sophomore Gabby Henson hit all 3 of her three-point attempts, including a bank-in shot from the right wing that gave the Mustangs a 31-30 lead and started pivotal flurry. Blue Valley North added 6 more points in the final minute of the third and never trailed again. They had a couple runs, and we battled Blue Valley North coach Ann Fritz said, "We didn't hold our heads down. I thought we did a good job against Olathe South 6'2" freshman Eve Long. We stuck together, and everyone contributed. Olathe South, the number 4 seed, got 14 points from Macy Price, 13 from Hayden Holliday. The Falcons trailed 16-5 late in the first quarter, but rallied for a 25-24 halftime lead. Mustangs seemed to have the answer for Long, who entered the game averaging 16.2 points and 10.4 rebounds. She finished with 8 points on 4 of 8 shooting and grabbed 9 rebounds before fouling out. After hitting her bank shot, Henson added a left wing three-pointer early in the fourth and a baseline bomb with 4:31 to play that put Blue Valley North up 43-35. Mustangs iced the game by making 11 of 15 free throws in the final quarter. And the next game I want to look at will be the Derby game, in which they took on Shawnee Mission Northwest. Of course, every possession in the final 10 minutes of Derby's State Girls quarterfinal matchup against Shawnee Mission Northwest seemed to have escalating importance Wednesday. So why not the final one too? Shawnee Mission Northwest had a shot to pull off the upset of the third-seeded Panthers, but Gabby Heflin Jackson's three-pointer from the left wing as the buzzer sounded was just left of where it needed to be, giving Derby a 48-47 victory in the 6A tournament at Coke Arena. Senior Destiny Smith's driving basket with 25 seconds remaining supplied the winning points for Derby, which improved to 20-3 and returned to the state semifinals after finishing third a year ago. Heflin Jackson scored a game-high 17 points for Shawnee Mission Northwest, which got the final possession after the teams traded turnovers in the closing seconds. But after taking the lead 3 times in the fourth quarter, the Cougars were unable to close the deal. That final minute really stressed me out for a little bit, said Derby guard Madison Smith, who hit 5 three-pointers and led the Panthers with 15 points. There was so much back and forth. I think we came in here after watching their film and were like, we have a really good chance of beating this team. Let's go make it happen. Then we get out there and it was like, dang, they really want this too. And let me just stop and put a pin right there because on one of my other podcasts, if I may say it, I had a chance to speak with Heights coach Kip Pulliam, and he made a statement that stood out. And this may be a free nugget for anybody that's listening to this. He said, when you get to this point of the season, every game is a state championship. I'll come back to that after this, though, because I'm going to tell you how we got to that part of the conversation. After Shawnee Mission Northwest, Sienna Lewis hit a three-pointer that tied the score at 29 with 2:08 remaining in the third quarter. Neither team led by more than 3 points the rest of the way. Heflin Jackson's basket in the closing seconds of the third tied it at 34 and set the stage for a thrilling finish. Derby's chilly shooting, 20 of 59, 33.9%, created a demand for defense, and the Panthers delivered. I can only imagine. Derby forced 17 turnovers. That sounds like Derby, including senior Jaden Wilson's steal with 5 seconds to play that seemed to put the Panthers in the catbird seat. Imagine that, catbird, when I use the hashtag #CatFightedCoke. But Heflin Jackson countered with a steal that gave the Cougars one last chance. With 1.5 seconds remaining, Shawnee Mission Northwest advanced the ball to the front court and called timeout. The left-handed Teflon Jackson then received Caitlin Parker's cross-court inbound pass and launched a 25-footer that careened off the left side of the rim. I like the fact my girls got tougher and they played great defense, Derby coach Brian Chadwick said. We got a steal, we held them, and we played great defense. Number 21, Teflon Jackson, is a handful. We had to run through screens, we had to play through everything, but the thing we did best, and we've been doing it all year, is rebound. The Panthers grabbed 16 offensive rebounds as part of their 35-29 edge on the glass. After bolting to an 8-0 lead at the start, Derby's rebounding helped minimize the effect of missing 14 consecutive shots and going nearly 8 minutes without a field goal. While Madison Smith hit 5 of 10 three-pointers, it was Destiny Smith's step-back three that helped Derby take a 21-19 lead into halftime. The last for 11 points, which proved to be the game winner, came shortly after Parker made one of two free throws to put Shawnee Mission Northwest up 47-46 with 38 seconds to play. I saw her pick up the ball, and I was thinking she's either going to pass it to me or she's going up, and I'm very happy she went up, Madison said. I trust her 100%. I'm very proud of her. So, congrats to all the winners in the quarterfinal round of the women's tournament. What I am going to do right here, I am going to take a break, and when I come back, I have some stats of these for these games that I also want to share with you too. So yes, we're going to do a deep dive and give you some statistics, and then we will probably take a look at what's going on with the boys game that took place today, as we have liberty to do that with the news feed that we have. So hopefully our game should be about wrapped up. I know there's one going on right now, but for the most part, we know that there are some teams that have already punched their ticket onto the next round, where there are some teams that have, well, if some punched their tickets, others didn't. But there are some teams that I definitely want to talk about, that I can say there's no need for them to hang their heads. Who's that team? We'll talk about that and so much more on other side of this break. So don't you dare go nowhere. Stay locked in the zone. We're giving you all the state basketball info that we can possibly give you. So be right back in the zone with Anthony. Welcome back to In the Zone with yours truly, Anthony Smith, giving you this clip coverage on 6A state tournament quarterfinal action from last night. And as promised, when I come back, I told you I was going to give you some statistics on these games that were played. So first, we're going to take a look at the Derby Shawnee Mission Northwest stats, game in which Derby won 48-47. Looking at Shawnee Mission, O'Connor was 3 of 6, had 7 points. Teflon Jackson, the one you heard mentioned a whole lot, she was 6 of 15, 4 of 11 from, I do believe, 3-point range, 17 points. Gibson, 2 of 3, 2 of 2 for 7 points. Parker, 1 of 3, 1 of 2 for a total of 3 points. So I believe the second set of numbers I'm reading off are the free throws. So Sheffy, 2 of 2, no free throws, 4 points. Lewis, 1 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, for a total of 4 points. Udy, 1 of 2, 2 of 4 for 5 points. Blunt, 0 of 1. Derby, Destiny Smith, 5 of 11, no 3-pointers. Well, I take that lie back. No free throws, 11 points. Kai demo. That's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to read it as it's listed in the stat sheet here because I'm not looking at the roster sheet. Matter of fact, I do have the roster here. Let me pull that up right about now. Y'all bear with me. I'm trying to multitask here. So, here we have it. Derby's roster. If I can get these names right. So, here we have it. So, the stats again. And that would be Kyler Demmel, who is 0 of 4. Madison Smith is 5 of 14. She had 15 points. Jaden Wilson, 4 of 6, 1 of 3 at the free throw line for a total of 9 points. Michaela Askew, 4 of 12, 0 of 1 at the free throw line for a total of 8 points. Carly Demmel was 0 of 2. Avery Kelly, no points scored. Kaylee Rickards, 0 of 2. Carson Carpenter, 2 of 4, 1 of 2 at the free throw line for a total of 5 points. Malaya Lansing, I hope I pronounced that right, was 0 of 2. And Asia Nay, I hope I get these names right. Asia Nay, I'm not going to even try to pronounce that first name there, the other name, Fox. Y'all can help me with that later once y'all hear this. 0 of 2. And, of course, Sade Jackson, no point scored. As far as 3-point goals were concerned, Shawnee Mission Northwest was 5 of 12. Rebounds, Shawnee Mission Northwest 29. Derby, it appears here, was 6 of 20 from 3-point line. Assists, Shawnee Mission Northwest with 9. Heflin Jackson had 5 of those. Derby had 14 assists. And Destiny Smith was responsible for 6. The turnover margin went like this. Shawnee Mission Northwest had 17. Derby had 13 total fouls. Shawnee Mission Northwest 13. Derby 18. No one fouled out in that game. The game between Washburn Rural and Wichita Heights, Vickery, the one we've been talking about, she was 6 of 12 from the field, 9 of 11 at the free throw line for a total of 24 points. Hunt was 3 of 7, 0 of 2 from the free throw line for 6 points. Oach was 0 of 1 from the field, 0 of 2 from the free throw line. As you see, there's a pattern here with these outside of Vickery where the missed free throws, which I said that if they make a few more free throws, they might win the game by more than 7 points. Canfield, 2 of 8, 2 of 4 free throw line for 6 points. Bunk, 3 of 5, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Hirschchai, 1 of 4 from the field. No free throws for 3 points. Lemke, 1 of 4. And no free throws attempted. Wichita Heights on the other side. Jackson, 2 of 6 from the field. 2 of 2 from the free throw line for 6 points. Mayberry, 2 of 7. No free throws for 5 points. Walker, 1 of 2, no free throws for 2 points. Ellis, 4 of 15 from the field, 5 of 8 from the free throw line for 15 points. Gilbert, 1 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line for 4 points. Barber, 0 of 5 and no free throws. Manuel, 3 of 7, 0 of 1 at the free throw line. I believe this is Destiny Mays, freshman. 1 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Brown, no points across the board. Give you some more of these stats here. Blue Valley Northwest versus Olathe South. Game in which Blue Valley North won 58-50. Alverson, this is Blue Valley North. Alverson, 2 of 9 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line for 7 points. Gregory, 1 of 1, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Perfect across the board, 4 points. Shaw, 3 of 11, 2 of 4 from the field for 9 points. Jay Davis, 5 of 15, 7 of 11 for 17 points. Tierra Davis, 6 of 9, 0 free throws, 12 points. Shawnee, no points across the board. Henson, 3 of 3, all 3-pointers, no free throws. Farrington, no points. And that's how you come up with your total for Blue Valley North of 58 points. Olathe South on the other end. Hove, 3 of 9, 1 of 3 for 7 points. Price, 6-12, no free throws, 14 points. Anderson, 2 of 7 from the field, 2 of 3 at the free throw line for 6 points. Holiday, 5 of 10 from the field, no free throws for 13 points. Long, 4 of 8 for 8 points. Okay. O'Cunerin, I believe that's how I pronounced it. 0 of 1, and Brian 1 of 3. And that's how you came away with the 58-50 score between Blue Valley North and Olathe South. And of course, there's Shawnee Mission South, 50, Manhattan 35. Scoring one like this, Manhattan, whose season ends at 12-11. Larson, 3 of 9 for 7 points. Ball, 2 of 10, no free throws, 5 points. Doring, 2 of 9 for 6 points. Relufson, 0 of 1, no free throws. Jimenez, 0 of 3. Hilgers, 2 of 4 for 6 points. Purcell, 0 of 1. Let me get this back. Purcell, 0 of 1. Bush, 2 of 3. 3 of 4 from the free throw line for 7 points. Peabody, 0 of 2. Dodds, 1 of 1 for 2 points. Henry, no points. Koss, 1 of 1 for 2 points. Then there's Shawnee Mission South, whose season goes on at 22-1. Moore, 1 of 4 from the field, 1 of 4 from the free throw line for 3 points. Funches, 5 of 8, 2 of 3 for 14 points. Smith, 3 of 11, 5 of 11 from the free throw line for 11 points. Johnson, Burnt, 2 of 3 for 4 points. Van Elders, 3 of 4, 3 of 6 from the free throw line for 9 points. Kramer, 3 of 4 for 9 points. Slavin, no points. Jack, no points. Gardner, no points. Huras, no points. Miglianti, I hope I pronounced that right, no points. And that's how you came away with the final score of Shawnee Mission South 50, Manhattan 35. So we wish the girls that are remaining, the remaining teams, the best of luck in your games tomorrow, which should be more than entertaining. Good brand of basketball. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look up these scores for the boys game, and when I come back, I will give those to you as well. Hope you are enjoying being in the zone on a rainy night in Kansas. Don't you go nowhere. I'll be right back. You're in the zone once again with Anthony. Welcome back to In the Zone for what will most likely be my last segment, as it is about that time. And there is some sounds that I actually want to share with you because it is that time of the season. And I'm going to share those with you, and then I'm going to put a bow on this show. Just like I said, it is about that time. So, what I want to do is go ahead and share some of these sounds with you to those that can't make it out to these games. And this one here, I can definitely say is courtesy of one I would like to deem as a good friend, her and her husband as well. And that's the scene at Coke Arena with the end of the third quarter and Wichita Northwest up. So, yes, like the Huskies will have their hands full trying to overcome the Grizzlies. That's right, Wichita Northwest at the end of 3-36, Blue Valley Northwest 28. So, the reigning champs will need a fourth quarter comeback for sure, and we'll try to keep you posted. That's what's going on. If nothing else, come back in tomorrow because I'm going to be doing this again tomorrow to bring you the updated versions of what's going on with the 6A boys tournament. However, there's one team I want to talk about that made it to the tournament. I know some of y'all, when y'all looked at y'all's brackets and said, what? How did it happen? Yes, I'm from Wichita East High School. I had their coach on my podcast, Coach Whitten. Great young man. I believe he's going to have that program planned at a high level. They will be a force to reckon with, not only just in the city, but throughout the state. When you hear that name, Blue Aces, you're going to know they're flying high. But, and yes, I already got the notification that they lost their game today. But that doesn't even begin to tell the story. It really doesn't. I mean, as a matter of fact, that was some of the sounds from the East High game as well, too. That was off of a missed free throw and rebound and foul shot. Foul was called. But East High, you wonder, okay, how did they get in with the losing record? Well, there's a young man that I hope that when he goes to the next level, I hope he excels at the next level. His name is Manuel Martinez. He basically put that team on his back. 44 points against Junction City. Then, after winning in Junction City, had to come back on the road, 2-hour trip. I know that trip is at least a good 2 hours because I've traveled those roads. To come back and do it again in hostile territory, Wichita South, speaks volumes. Yes, I know they lost their game today, and I'll have all the details on that tomorrow because I'm getting ready to close this out. I can't even begin to tell you half the story of what, I mean, you'd have to listen to the podcast to understand what the team went through throughout the season and what they did to get to that point. And I can definitely tell you this for a fact right here. Who they were playing against, and I'm going to pull that up, knew that they were in a dogfight. If they thought they were just going to come in and look at East High's record and say, you know what, they're supposed to just roll over and die for us, it wasn't going to happen. Shawnee Mission Northwest had to overcome some deficits in this game. But it was a run that doomed East. Shawnee Mission Northwest went on a run, And some could easily say, well, maybe East High ran out of gas at the end. Or it could simply be that Shawnee Mission's length and size just began to kick in and prevail over East. However you want to look at it, I can take this, looking at the updates and looking at all the scores, because I didn't get to make the game because of other unforeseen circumstances. I can tell you this: East put up a valiant effort. And I'll even say this: I've seen two of East High's games. When I say seen their games, I've seen their girls' game when they played Derby's girls in the sub-state final. And there is a culture set across both boys' team and the girls' program. And that culture is this right here. You go watch an East High game, and you will never know if they're winning or losing if they turned off the scoreboard based on how both girls and boys team play. When you go in to play against the East High team, expect a fight. Seriously, expect a fight. Expect a team that's going to be up in your face, defensively, and will grind it out on offense. On offense, that's the culture that is set, and it's going to be breeding for a winning culture. Once again, I want to thank Coach Whitten for being on my podcast the other day. And like I said, on tomorrow, I'll have all the updates of the quarterfinal boys game. I also am aware of the fact that May South won their game, ending St. Thomas Aquinas' dominance of state titles. So definitely want to applaud May South on their victory. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and bring this to a close as my time is drawing near. I hope you have enjoyed In the Zone with Anthony. Until the next time, take care of yourself and each other, and I'll be doing this again tomorrow on In the Zone